My wife screamed in my face after a day I needed support, so I set a hard boundary and she left. I married my best friend after years of dating and even more years of knowing her. She is brilliant, funny, and warm. I love the home we built, but she struggles with anger and trust. Small things turn big fast. If I miss a chore, she thinks it means I do not respect her or our life. In fights, her feelings fill the room and mine vanish. I try to listen and reflect, but when I speak, she reacts instead of hearing me. We started couples counseling as maintenance. Last spring, she fell into a deep depression. Last summer was rough. She found slights in tiny things. If a read receipt failed on my phone, she said I did not care. She would stop talking to me for days except about chores on chat. She sent messages that pulled me home with guilt. Sometimes she yelled, paced, or knocked things over. Years ago, she punched a wall and once pushed past me to leave a room. I kept showing up. When she cried, I held her. When she was stressed, I took on chores. I picked up foods she liked. I watched her shows. I did not keep score. But this winter, I slid into my own depression. I do not lash out. I just get very sad and quiet. On those days, I need simple support. Often the support turned into new stress for her. She would offer help, then send a stream of tense updates. Once I said yes to pizza. She texted that the shop was slow and people were rude. By the time she got home, she could not be around anyone. I ate in silence and felt stupid for needing anything. Then I had a very bad day. She held me while I cried, did some chores, talked me through it. By evening, I was steady, and then it flipped. Out of nowhere, she made sharp comments. She said her needs were not met. She said I always choose others over her. I was stunned. I do think of her first most days, sometimes more than I think of myself. It felt like proof I could not lean on her when I fall. That same night, the basement flooded. I heard doors slam and went to look. I asked what was going on. She got in my face and screamed, "What do you think is happening?" My chest shook. In therapy last summer, I set real boundaries. No screaming, no throwing things, no passive-aggressive digs. If it happened, I would say ouch, name it, and leave the room. Every step felt hard and scary, but I tried. The screaming that night was too much. I told her this cannot happen again, ever. Some friends said screaming in someone's face is abusive, even if no one is hit. When I told my wife, she said my hard line would make us fail. She said she could not promise she would never scream. If it was truly a hard line for me, she said we should end it. I did not want that. I asked if she would try anger help. I said it could also help her health, since she was told her blood pressure was high. She gave no answer. I still loved her. I could list 100 good things. We share values. We play games. We travel. She cares about people, but I needed safety in my own home. I stuck to the boundary. I asked for 3 things. First, anger management or another urgent intervention. Second, when I am hurting, support me without making it about her. Third, support my boundaries while trust rebuilds, even if they feel like too much. I repeated this many times, calm and clear. She said she did not know what I wanted. Then she pushed back at each part. She kept sending spiky messages. She ignored real time limits I set. I told her we needed something drastic. I asked for a separation but said I wanted us to date while apart. I said living together kept hurting us and might kill any chance to fix this. She said she needed time to think. A week later, in therapy, she said she no longer wanted to be married to me. She did not want a relationship at all. I felt the floor drop. For a few nights we were gentle and shared the grief. She asked for 3 months to get money and move out. I agreed. Then one weekend she picked a fight and sent more manipulative texts. I thought maybe she had been drinking. In the morning it got worse. She stomped around, yelled at the cat, and slammed doors. I hid in bed and flinched at sounds. I called in sick because I was a wreck. I texted her that the behavior was emotionally abusive. I said I did not feel safe at home. I said we had to move up the date. I shook while I typed. She said I was overreacting. She asked how soon. I said end of April. She said she needed till July. Then she snapped to the other side. She said a friend would lend her money and she would be out by early April. She spent the week packing and touring places. By Friday she signed for an apartment. She said she would move on Sunday. On moving day the morning felt thin and cold. Boxes lined the hall. The cat hid under the couch. Friends carried bins to a car. She walked past me without meeting my eyes. I handed her a few last things she had missed. She set her keys on the counter. She said goodbye and left. Now our circle is saying I forced the breakup by asking for space. Was I wrong?